The Northeastern baseball team and the Boston Red Sox renewed their annual tradition this year, meeting again in spring training for the first time since 2020. With so many players hailing from the New England area, the game is the fulfillment of a lifelong dream for many Huskies to compete against their hometown team and some of the best players in the world.
Well, the history of this Northeastern Red Sox game is really a great one. You know, I missed it as a player. I wish we had this opportunity, but to be a coach and be able to, be a part of this game now, watch our players perform in this game, it's definitely one of those days you circle on the calendar every year and the schedule when it comes out, you look forward to it.
As a freshman, it's kind of one of those experiences where you've always dreamed of it growing up and everything, and then as the day gets closer, you start getting a little more nervous. You get out there, you take BP, you see all these guys that you've been watching for years, and then it kind of just hits you that, hey, you're sharing a big league field with all these big leaguers that you've grown up watching.
Not being able to play it the last couple of years has really been disappointing, and so be able to get back there this year and just relive for me and let our players see what the day is actually like, a true normal day of getting there and being around the Red Sox and going through the whole pregame practice and everything. Really was a special day. It felt like we were fully back to normal. It was great to see the fans in the stands, and just the whole experience for our players is definitely one they'll never forget.
We haven't played the Sox for 3 years, last couple of years because of COVID, so I think everyone had a little extra excitement this year just to get out there and get back to baseball and playing the Red Sox and just kind of the environment of JetBlue and the beautiful Florida sunshine.
I was actually not nervous. I think part of that could have been because of the travel day before. I was a little too tired to even be nervous, but I was definitely more confident than I was freshman year. Just having already played in the game a couple times, we just wanted to go out there and compete and show that we can do it, and I think that was kind of the whole team's mindset. We wanted to go out there and put our best foot forward, and I think we did that.
There was honestly just a lot of excitement. In the past, teams have kind of seemed nervous when we've gone out there and played them, but this year, everybody was kind of confident and just more so looking forward to that experience, looking forward to get to share the field with those guys. And it wasn't so much nerves as we were just excited to be there and finally be back after missing it for the last 2 years.
Everyone was just so happy to be there. I mean, obviously the freshmen are probably a little more excited because they actually get to play, and for some of them it's their first time ever putting on the Husky uniform and getting to play in a game. So I think that's a big moment for them in terms of their collegiate career, and also a lot of their families were down there. And just honestly, you get to always tell your friends forever you played against the Red Sox, and we have so many New England kids on our team, so I think it's a big deal. It's a big deal to a lot of them, and it gives them some bragging rights with their friends back home.
There was a whole lot of excitement. Normally you'd look at that lineup and be like, oh man, we have to play these guys, but in my freshman year, they had Vasquez play, maybe one other guy, but this year it was like, hey, this could be half of their opening day lineup. So it was like, I really get to go out there and compete with the best of them. And, I can't wait to see them play, but also I want to go out there and play as well as I can against them.
I talked to all of the guys that came to second base. I think the coolest one is probably Rafael Devers because he's the biggest name. We talked a little bit. And then Verdugo, I was asking him about the World Baseball Classic that's coming up. He's playing for Team Mexico. He gets to, wear his country's colors and everything. And I was asking him what he's looking forward to and how he thinks that's going to go.
Yeah, I'd have to say when Rafael Devers got over to third, it was kind of just awesome. I had a decent amount of time there to talk with him. I've been watching him for years now, and he's one of my favorite players. Just to be able to get to meet him and see how he goes about his business, and then see that he just loves the game and he's just like the rest of us. So that was awesome.
I was walking out with Chuck Walker, one of our freshman pitchers, who wears the Tiger backpack, which is kind of a freshman pitcher tradition, and one of the Red Sox players, Yoshida, pointed at Chuck and said freshman because he saw his backpack and he knew he was a freshman, and Chuck talked to him for a minute, so I think that was a cool moment for him.
There you go. There's a fly ball to center field. That goes up and off the wall, so it is Ciota who fires one and drives in the first run of the game for Northeastern.
For us, it's just one of those days where we're building on some of the things we've already done to start the season, have some fun together and go out there and play some baseball, but also use it as a day to get prepared for an important weekend.
Yeah, it kind of just shows us that we can play against anybody, no matter who it is. Like, we're going out there and playing against major leaguers, and we kept it to a 5-3 game. We were right in it. You know, they scored in the first, and then we shut them out the rest of the game and made a comeback. So we can kind of take that game as, hey, we can go out there and play against anybody, no matter who it is, and we can compete no matter what.